Oh, okay. So we were just having conversation in Japanese, so it's so hard to like just quickly
To switch it.
switch. Yeah, I'm just imagining like we talk for like 20 minutes and maybe we switch to Japanese so that we can
Probably. Well, let's
talk
see.
talk about off the record things afterwards.
Like before.
Yeah. Yeah. So here's So, and I'm Naoto. Um, yeah, I just want to ask you like a few things about. I mean, not maybe not just about artistic things, but yeah. Why do you make robots? So you make robots for like media
Ah,
artists, and I think I never asked you this question.
yeah, true. Yeah. The reason, actually, in the beginning, I was more interested in making something interactive. And the first or very second, first in the beginning, like the installations, like systems that I made was interactive. But the system I made was like, it was interactive, but the machine was rather responding to the visitor in the same way mostly. So
You mean like predictive?
in for the first time, it's fun. It's really interesting to try. But when I do exhibition and see everyone tries, the interface design was not pretty well or something. People does the same thing, and I get bored. So I thought, okay, so then like how can I escape from this? And one thing I tried was like make interface more kind of better or not too simple. And
When you say
for
interface,
this,
is it like with a display and some kind of tracking
I know
or?
I was well, like I was already making something physical all the time since back then, but still, uh, mostly the interaction and the action from people were limited, and also the what system give back to the people was also limited, like similar patterns.
Like
So
I'm
yeah,
just
that's the
imagining
reason.
like if there's like Kinect, then people start to do this. That's that kind of
Yes, and some visual. What else?
and that's it.
And if it's same thing happening for a day, and you're seeing people doing same thing whole day, it's boring. I felt. I'm not sure it's really boring or not. It's probably good. I don't know, but it has to be not like switch like A then B. It has to be more different variation of input, and the system have to get some more complicated answer back. That's what I wanted. Well, of course, if you just say interactive artwork, some of interactive work is not really simple and um, has some quite a lot of variation or experience something. But yeah, then I start to do some kind of research about instrument, because like nobody say a violin is bad interface, but like it's really not easy to play. It requires a lot of skill and a lot of daily training. Otherwise, you cannot play. For the beginners, it doesn't work, but nobody complains because it's classic. But for something like synthesizer or a little bit toy like product electronic thing, if it doesn't work in like instantly, people would complain. What the fuck? What is the difference? It's so interesting. What is the difference? And yeah, that's what I was also doing some music thing. Like actually, I was I was uh, I was learning piano from really small, but I couldn't get the skill, but my sister did, and I was like, oh come on, what the fuck? I don't have talent or something. But like when I get adult, like I had the friends who do DJ, and for this kind of equipment, I understand everything in a minute. Okay, this that,
But it's
and
really
like I
complex with so many buttons and sliders
yes,
and
but like okay, like no, but it's not the minutes at the moment, but like it probably takes an hour or something. But like if you compare to piano, piano lessons like some month of piano lesson doesn't make me play piano, but like 1 hour of explanation of the equipment makes me doing DJ already. And wow, what the fuck? Okay, I can do probably music in this way. So with this
Interesting.
kind of experience in my life, make me to think about making some machines. And also, I'm not a good player of the instrument, but I could think of, or I can make some machines or tools, things to play music, things that play
So
music,
the
generate
pla
music.
the player is the machine.
Yes, 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 yes. So and also why the reason I'm doing is when I got the sampler, the equipment, it was really well made, and there's a lot of examples which you can modify, and like you can make something like kind of original in a very short time, and it sounds techno. And what the fuck, I felt, okay, this music creativity is not belong to me, it is belong to the developer of this machine. I felt, I don't know.
That's
Also the
very
music
interesting.
I made was not nice, I think, or I don't know. I
But
don't know, but like I felt like that, and then I kind of decided to go that way. I would like to make a machine that generate something nice.
but the difference is it's not that you are trying to make an instrument for people, but it's more like the instrument
Yes,
it's is the also the player.
yes.
That's nice. And
So then I made the project called Jamming Gear with a friend, and this was the kind of music box with a cogwheel, and the size of the cogwheel can make really complex pattern of loop music. That was really good, I have to say. And it was already 10 years ago. It got the honorary mention in Ars Electronica. And that's the first project that I started travel
so
with
back
WoW.
then you were in Japan.
Yes, yes, yes. I lived in Japan. I extended the EMAS student as a research student. I graduated in the 2 year, but this project was successful. I thought, okay, if it's this successful, I could spend more time for doing this project another year, not being hired from someone or being in Tokyo doing something else. I just decided to stay in EMAS, and I think that was a good decision. And I had like 3 4 exhibition in abroad. Yeah. So well, still, jamming gear was an interactive thing, but like what you do is just replacing the cog wheel and play la la la. But a lot of time you just leave it playing and observe. So
I see.
partially it was already kind of automatic, and I found more and more possibility in the automation part.
Yeah, because when you said about instrument, I didn't like quite get it fast because the latest work you did with the laser mice is totally autonomous.
Yes,
And
yes, 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 yes.
I mean, but I still say that there is interaction. That if you have a smartphone with light, you can
Yes,
like
yes, yes,
trick
yes,
them
yes, yes,
to.
yes, yes, yes.
But it's totally different from like instrument kind of idea.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah, laser mice is kind of like they execute algorithm of kind of minimal music thing.
With just a beat.
Yes, 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 yes. It's quite simplified, minimal beat.
And you also worked with a musician to create a. Is it like a
Yes, 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 yes.
musical piece or performance?
It's a performance. It's not yet the musical piece because I think for musical piece, I start from the scratch with the idea and or not from scratch, but like to have more concept level together and like make something together, theory or something. I think this was rather more. The performance was rather more kind of improvisation. try to understand each other with the. It was kind of communication. That was a really cool experience.
Between the artist, you and the collaborators.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, that was. I mean, I'm not playing. I'm not good at playing guitar or a drum or those kind of thing. Like who does those jam sessions? But with the robot, with the musicians, I felt it worked.
But how was the process? Like, were you like changing parameters, or like are you like?
Well, like we first talked about like okay, the first it's slow or we just like about made had a vague composition, not a precise. Like not saying like with this point we start this or something like in the beginning like I played this kind of thing la 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 and okay then let's activate this function like some later.
So it's
That
like more
was
like a cue.
yes 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 yes.
And
And in the beginning, there was this part kind of planned, but there was also kind of free part left. And that was also enjoyable.
so that's like a really like jazz.
Yeah, 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 yeah. He gets more louder, and I go like more calm or vice versa.
Mm, yeah, yeah.
And like both go more, like both go down. They're
And
listening
how?
to each other.
Like, what's the parameter you have? You can change in real time, right?
Yes, yes, I have a lot. Like pitch is the first thing. But I rarely change this because it's rather clock. But the 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 important one is the how long is the laser activation. When it's long,
Mm,
when it shoots laser longer time, the beat will be shuffled.
because it triggers other
Yes, triggers
mice,
others, and the other triggers others as well. So I think it's exponential.
so it becomes
If
more
it's longer and
chaotic.
longer, yeah, yeah, yeah. And also visually, it's more like, and the rhythm will be more shuffled. And when it's shorter, it's going to get synchronizing and like more sharp. And this is most important part. And also the speed of the robot. Actually, the robot moving, and this makes also the sound like sha.
Ah, with the motor or the
Yes, and
gears.
when yes yes when it's faster, more sha sound, and when it's slower, there's no sha sound. This is actually part of the sound as well. And also like when it's faster, there's a more chance to hit each other or the
Physically, yeah.
laser to cover. Yes, and yeah, and also several behavioral parameters like doesn't go to doesn't move but rotate, or also there is a parameter the modulation speed, like with a loop, like every loop, the speed is like yeah, yeah, yeah. Like it's also the it makes also sound different.
But that sounds like you're actually the musician, like with the instrument and the robot as an instrument. We're coming back to that idea, I feel.
Yeah, yeah, well, but actually, yeah, that sounds right, and I was actually really happy with it.
Because like quite a lot of artists make their own instruments for themselves, right?
Yeah,
And they
yeah, yeah,
perform. So I
yeah.
feel like that's like pretty much like the same. I mean, yeah, like similar. But it's interesting that you didn't really, because I think that you didn't really intend to make the laser mice as your instrument, right? At first.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Kind of yes, but I made it more as installation.
That has its own life in
Yes,
the,
and
yeah.
I wanted to, yes, I wanted to see as installation, like a scene. But I found that like this experience is quite musical, and
Hmm.
found the possibility to do in on the stage.
And you did it. That's really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah.
And sorry, I didn't really prepare anything, but I just thinking like because you also like
Oh, that's
in
good.
at your talk you mentioned like the flocking in the like one of the examples from Dan Schiffman,
Yes, 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 yes.
and that's
I
kind of
was,
the so
I
that's
was,
more like the original idea of laser mice.
yes. Original idea of laser mice is actually, I was interested in like any of those swarm intelligence kind of thing and synchronization in the nature things. Um, this
Metronome.
metronome synchronizing, and that's only the mechanical synchronizing. I think others are mostly biological synchronizing, like heartbeat or fireflies. And but actually, this Boyd Daniel Schiffman example is is the most famous programmable simulation of flocking or swarm intelligence. And since I saw this, okay, first I could make a simulator and then see how does it work, and then in the end I will make a robot as robots. So yeah, I learned a lot from the nature of chord, and okay, wow, aha, it's based on the physical thing, and some of them are will be pricey because, for example, this Boyd, it has to see all around 360 and measuring the distance of others and
Right.
counting like, okay, 7 neighbors and calculate all the vectors. So you have to see all the robot has to have a camera 360, good resolution. Not has to be good resolution, but at least this would cost already a lot. Now it's getting cheaper probably, but still. So then I thought like, yeah, it has to be more simple. And yeah, I was just randomly thinking like, okay, this work first theory, and then okay, let's implement this code and see. Nothing.
To think about the hardware implementation,
Yes,
like
yes,
what's
yes,
the
yes,
design. Yeah.
yes, 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 yes. So first, I have to think the possibility, feasibility of realization as robot, and then go to the simulation. And it took some time. Um, that was not successful at all for a long time. Like, okay, boring. Next. Okay, it's not happening. Nothing happening. Next. This looks interesting, but nothing emerges like as music piece. Like, yeah, visual. Yeah, I want more. I want to go more in the music direction. And then in the end, like I found that chain reaction algorithm, and I was watching like for a while, and okay, this could work.
You mean like videos or like
My
tutorials or
simulation.
a simulation? Your
Mm,
simulation, yeah.
mm.
Well, this is just like I'm just out of curiosity, but have you talked with Dan Schiffman about
About this? No,
your piece? You should.
no. Okay, yeah, I
He
will.
will like
Actually,
it.
really. Actually, I'm watching his coding train like quite a lot these days.
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
yeah, he's super nice. Actually, you remember like when we did the processing community day
Yes, yes,
Japan?
yes, yes. He
Yeah,
sent the video.
yeah. I asked him to film something, and that was really nice. And yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
Dan
yeah. That
Schiffman.
was very cool.
Cool. Yeah, that's just a side. Yeah, I just wanted to ask you like how you feel about like I think this is something we talked before, but like kind of like not pressure to make new work, but you seem so relaxed about it that you don't have to like put out like a new work like every year or like you just take time to make like kind of perfect the work
Yeah.
until you release it. And is it like something it has been changed for the last years? Like why are you so relaxed? How can I be so relaxed?
I don't know. Well, like now I'm pretty good. I'm in a pretty good mood. But I don't know. I'm trying a new project. This doesn't going well. This is not going well that much, and I don't know if when it's not when do you not feeling it's going well, a little take time to just do something else, and at some point if you feel like go to get back, then get back. I don't know. You have
No,
to
I
like
think
what
so.
you do. I don't know. But I was also recently reading some book about a little bit chaosness, and I think during this Corona, that's fucking true. I'm meeting not only me, everyone meeting less people, and this is very bad. And you're doing something, and on the weekend or like after 6 or 7 evening, you meet someone, you go to bar and like talk what you do a little bit, just a little bit, or even you don't talk about yourself, but like you listen to someone like doing something else, and that this randomness or this like makes you think like something that you never think you are alone. And this was so important, I think. And I started meeting people than before this month, I think, and I'm really happier. And
Yeah, I remember like especially in when I was in Berlin, that was like already 2 years ago. Like yeah, like there was like a lot of, I mean it was before Corona, and
true.
plus Berlin is like, it's full of people that you just meet people randomly and talk about random stuff, like you said, and it was so inspiring. I think it's a little bit different since I moved to Cologne because I am in the school, but not everyone's doing like something related, and also
Mm.
they're students, so it's, like, I'm not saying students good or bad, but yeah, it's a different type of inspirations, I think. And yeah, also like in the seminar, it feels a bit more formal, so people share their ideas, but I feel that it's like kind of, they have to say something, they feel that they have to say something meaningful. They cannot just say random
Oh,
things like when you talk in a bar or something, and that's maybe something different. I always feel that that kind of space is needed. Like Stammtisch, that creative code Berlin is doing is something, maybe it's good, but
yeah, true.
also,
Yeah.
but it's really big, so it's hard to have a conversation.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true.
I don't know if you go to like online, like meetups often.
I'm not really going to online thing. I find I'm not good at this online thing. I don't know, especially when it's a lot of people. I mean, like this, 1, 2, 3. It's okay. It's fun. I feel like it's like a meeting. But like when it's a lot of people, it's easy to get distracted. You can have a phone. You can have something else. It's just actually, this is one of the window on your computer. You have a lot of window behind, and probably sometime the conversation, this conference window is not on the top.
Right.
Now it's top for sure.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
it's
yeah, this like when it comes to all to the computer, like you cannot prioritize communication. If someone is next to you, that's fucking first priority. But if it's in the computer screen, it's the same level as a terminal, or Spotify, or Rhinoceros, or Arduino processing. It's just like you when you do this like expose shut, and then
On the Mac,
it's
yeah, yeah.
it's one of it's you're one in one of it. And this I don't like it.
That's really interesting way to describe it. I don't know if I never thought that actually is a problem because I always play with like when I do the what we call practice, but it's like a performative exercise. Uh, we play with windows, so sometimes like I put like
Ah,
my collaborator like so small or myself like so small in the corner and have something bigger,
mm.
and we call like desktop as a stage, but
Ah,
it works because it's a performative space.
yeah,
It's not
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
we're when I have conversation with him, always the window has a priority and it's not the stage.
Mm,
It's a conversation.
mm.
So yeah, actually that's
Yeah, okay, that's
something
then
to think
different, I
about.
think.
Mm.
But like in the daily level, I'm not the person who use OBS, or I'm not a YouTuber. I don't have a Twitch account to broadcasting, so I'm rather occasionally speaker, but usually listener. So that's different, I think.
I see.
By the way,
So
are you stressed about making new piece?
ah, I think like last year I was like kind of engaged a lot in the like social media and I was feeling
Yeah,
that
yeah,
I was
yeah, yeah.
pushed a
You wrote a
lot,
lot.
have to
Okay, okay.
do this and that, and yeah, I feel like everyone's watching.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, yeah.
that's good and bad, I think. And now I kind of
Yeah, that's really good and
quit
bad.
for now, and but I do a lot actually. I still produce a lot, but it's not that I want to for people to see it, but it's just more like an archive for me to. Actually, I have a website where
Mm.
it's like becoming like a more like a journal or diary where I put
Mm.
what I do, like sketches, like like Zach Lieberman does,
Mm.
his on his Twitter, but yeah, something, but not on Twitter. So no, actually, it's not visible for many people, but I can look at it afterwards and oh, I did this,
Mm.
and that whole kind of process becomes like a performance or my work, and
Mm.
I'm so relaxed because if I don't do it 1 day, 2 days, it's also okay because no one's watching.
Mm.
It's just I feel bad.
Ah, okay. Ah, okay. Uh, I've never really active on the social media, so I think it's for me, it's not easy to feel that same, but I could imagine. And yeah,
Why
yeah.
not we switch like we cut it here in English and
Ah, okay, yeah, yeah,
we switch to
good,
Japanese. But so
no
I
problem.
think I cut the video. So thank you for watching. And what is it? Please like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Ah!